Emma Parker had never left her small town in Ohio until the day she boarded a bus to New York City. It was her dream, chasing art, color, and life. She had $300 in her pocket, a sketchbook in her bag, and no clue what came next. As she stepped into the chaos of the city, the noise felt like music, horns blaring, people rushing, street artists painting dreams on concrete walls. But dreams in New York come with a price. By the end of her first week, Emma had run out of money and had only two things left: hope and a bus pass that expired in 3 days. She slept in subway stations, sketched faces of strangers, and applied to every cafe that would let her inside long enough to ask. One rainy night, while sheltering under a broken billboard near the highway, Emma saw a man in a bright yellow jacket fixing a flat tire. He looked exhausted, soaked, and maybe just as lost as she was. She hesitated but approached. "Need help?" she asked, not knowing how she could. He looked up, surprised. "Only if you know how to hold a flashlight." She held the light steady, and for 30 minutes, they worked in silence. When he was done, he said, "I'm Mike. I run a small art cafe in Brooklyn." "What's your story?" Emma smiled. "I draw. That's all I know how to do." Mike handed her a card. "Come by tomorrow. Let's see if your sketches can find a wall." The cafe was cozy, full of mismatched chairs, the smell of cinnamon, and walls covered in local art. Emma showed Mike her sketchbook, portraits, street scenes, and dreams on paper. Mike didn't say much. He just nodded and said, "Pick a wall." Within a month, Emma was not just painting on the cafe's wall, she was working behind the counter, selling art prints, and teaching kids on weekends. The customers started asking about the girl who painted faces that felt like home. Social media noticed. Orders came in. People cared. She wasn't rich, but she could afford rent, food, and most importantly, freedom. A year later, Emma returned to Ohio, not as the girl who left with $300, but as a guest speaker for her old high school. She stood in front of a room full of teenagers and said, "You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need a backpack, a dream, and the courage to walk up to strangers in the rain." Back in New York, a new artist had just moved into her old spot at the cafe. Emma watched from the counter, handed them a brush, and smiled.